What's up, fellow lords of gaming, and welcome back to Marvel Future Fight. So we're gonna jump in for some pretty exciting stuff. Before we do, let's get you guys to like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you're happy with the content that's being brought to you. Before we jump into it, let's take a look at this new exciting trailer. And there you guys have it. We basically have the Spider-Man Spider-Man No Way Home and Winter Uniform update. So essentially what we've got here is the very first event, which is the Winter Uniform. That would include Kingpin and Black Cat. The only way for you to actually acquire the uniform for Black Cat is to make some sort of purchase in the shop, so that way you can collect tokens, these snowballs, and basically purchase that. We'll take a look at that right now for that, but you're going to exchange those snowballs for rewards inside the snowball shop. I'll show you what those specifically are. I have to turn this down a little bit. So they do this event fairly frequently in the game where they have like these trade-offs. Basically, for you're basically having like a trade-off for playing the game, and you purchase items inside the game. Now they'll typically give you a few of these tokens, so you probably have to, they want you to basically buy the uniform, and it's usually going to cost you somewhere about $20 basically to purchase the uniform through purchases inside the shop, and relatively easy. The problem with these uniform updates that they usually push forward, especially the one with Black Cat, is that she doesn't have an awakening. And not having an awakening definitely is going to be a off-putting taste in the mouths of a great many players, because right now the way the game is established is you pretty much need awakening characters and T3 characters, and getting to those levels is kind of like, that's the baseline now. Having a tier 2 or a tier 1 character in the game at this point is like, yeah, it's really questionable why you would have that in the first place going into the game. So you essentially know as a player that you're basically looking for an awakening character, and Black Cat's she's gonna really hurt that mold. You know, she needs an awakening. It's weird because last year this time they were doing the exact opposite. They were giving awakening characters, or they were giving awakening to characters without giving uniforms. Now we're getting a character that's getting a uniform without getting an awakening, and you're like, what the hell? They did the same thing to Blade. You know, like Blade got a uniform but he didn't get an awakening or a T3. Now why they would do these things, I have no clue, but it does really make sense. But we'll take a look at it inside game, because I always know that those uniforms somehow tend to always be worth their weight in salt, or worth their weight in gold rather. So if you have the funds and you're interested in playing the game, you know, most likely you're going to want to purchase that uniform just for sake alone. I love the update for the key art inside here. It looks amazing. So we got the new uniforms, we got the dispatch mission improvements, and the new tier 3 character for Kingpin. I've already warned you guys, I don't really have any desire to level up Kingpin. But let's jump inside the shop first of all. So let's go to the store and we can take a look at some of the items inside here. So basically you can see inside here we got the Black Cat secret holiday chest, and so this is going to most likely be your easiest way to acquire these bonus tokens. You see them right here, the 10 bonus right here, and you get the 1100 crystals. There's not going to be anything inside these boxes that you're essentially looking at getting. It's just not. So you're going to be able to see, and down here basically we're going to have the event in here, and you're going to have those purchase things. So these were the ones that we were already collecting, and then you can see the other ones. So you need 30 of these right here in order to collect them to acquire this uniform. Yeah, 30 of them. And you can see the rewards for other players who are willing to go ham inside the shop, because you know that Marvel Mall cannot be ignored. So the easiest way typically to get those is that there's going to be an event quest over here, more than likely. Let's see if this is it right here. Okay, this is the same event quest that was already ongoing. Most likely they're going to add something where you're going to be able to get those event quest items inside there. That's pretty cool for his uniform that's going on there. I actually like the sound of it. The uniform looks pretty spiffy. So the easiest way that you're probably going to be able to make that purchase is to purchase these right here to get the 10 tokens. So it's going to be about $20, $30 basically to get them. They're probably going to give us 10 of these event tokens inside here like they normally do, as long as you wait out the event, and you'll basically end up having to make 2 of these purchases from here. The multiverse relay pack that is inside here, this is pretty much just for whales. So if you're a whale, have at it. But otherwise, I'm gonna be honest with you, these relay packs, they're never worth it for any free to plays or anything like that. These are pretty much whale out packs. That's what they amount to. And then you can see your normal packs and things like that are in the game. They also have their bonuses and so forth. So if you need any of these, you can basically grab some items from there and level them up. So like for instance, there's not a lot of reason for you to have to purchase a mega uniform upgrade ticket for this event, because Kingpin and Black Cat are free to play friendly characters, the same with Spider-Man. So don't really have a reason to do that. And to be honest with you, unless you're a beginning player, you don't really have much reason to purchase a mega upgrade pack either, not for $39.99 anyways. But those are basically where you're getting the purchases from. So you can see what I mean by that. Not really worth it overall in my opinion. So now let's jump in here, check out these uniforms and see what we're looking at. So we got the Kingpin uniform sitting right here, nice and pretty. Looks pretty cool if you ask me. Like, I'm not too, not disgusted by it, especially looking at his previous. Now he definitely looks very cartoonish and campy, and yeah, he definitely looks cartoonish and campy. That's for sure. You notice that there is no reduction in price on this uniform. You basically have to full out purchase that price. There's not very many times that happens. Your other option probably is going to be to wait for my man until you get all the way till next probably time they get around to doing this and releasing it. But let's take a look at some of the skills inside here to see what we got. So his first skill looks like he does something with it. What the freak was that? It didn't even look like it had the range on it to do the initial damage. Let me see this. Yeah, I guess he's touching him. Okay, that's a whack-ass looking skill, for being honest. Number 2 is just a straight-up attack and dive bomb. Jesus, so he went full-on Juggernaut on his ass, but the roll to the side first was pretty cool. Man, okay, that was a pretty cool skill. Then we got his 4th ability. He summons in the Goon Squad and everybody lights him up. 5th skill. Okay, so now he just... I gotta see this again. He summoned a car in and then threw the car, shoulder charged the car and then rammed them through. And then we got his T3 skill. Let's see how this looks. So... oh, okay, so he summoned the hand, and then the hand did some dirty work while he dive bombed up into the sky. Like I said, one thing that I would say with Marvel Future Fight is that there are a ton of characters in here. There is no reason for you to invest in characters that you genuinely will not play with. It is a tomb collector at the end of the day, but there's no reason. Like, this character, whether or not he's going to be worth it, give us some time, give players some time to see it. I guarantee you, you know, people like Alex and Beast Mode Gaming, Forgo Nation probably will, you know, rush to level these characters up so that way you can see what they are. But trust me, not a whole lot of reason for you to just rush out and just purchase these things. So give people a day or two, and I guarantee you're gonna get content developers that are gonna pretty much give you these. So outside of him, what do we have next? We've got the Spider-Man look inside here. All right, so Spider-Man's new uniform inside here looks pretty sick to me. Like, oh wow, that's pretty goddamn cool. So Spider-Man's uniform is going to be a synergy uniform, so it's basically pairing up with his black uniform. It's so weird seeing this black uniform, the black and gold uniform, realistically, because seeing it in the movie, it wasn't a uniform. Like, it it wasn't a uniform. Like, I think the games that have been putting the black and gold uniform in, like Marvel Future Revolution, Marvel Future Fight, and other ones, have made more of the costume than what it actually was in the movie, which was weird because it was just a turned inside out costume and it was all of his stuff exposed. It wasn't like a black and gold uniform, so it's really weird. Now, it worked for the purposes of the movie, for the one, you know, for the limited time that it was on screen, but it was just really weird. And even the gauntlet that he has here, that was given to him, so yeah, it's weird. And they made it seem as if though this, the funny part is it's the ultimate hoodwink on us, spoilers, because they made it seem as if though this was like some kind of special, you know, spells uniform that he it wasn't that. All right, so basically this uniform is going to boil down to a synergy. So I'll show you how the synergy work, right? So you basically are purchasing the uniform for the crystals right here. So you'll acquire that uniform, and now when you go to purchase the other uniform, it's for a discount. So you see that discount right there is about probably another 40% off on a uniform. So it's 630 crystals. Now, the benefit of basically having both uniforms is debatable, like, because you're going to, if you look here, you're going to see that the uniform share uniform XP, uniform rank, and the uniform options, meaning there's no different, right? But you will get a bonus option when you have both uniforms. So like you can see, it's just a 5% increase in all basic attack, increase in basic defense. It's not a lot. So basically purchasing the synergy uniform is really just something for you if you really like both uniforms. So you don't really need to do it, because 5% basic attack, 5% defensive increase, it's not really going to make or break you playing the game. You know what I mean? Like, if Spider-Man is good, he's good, and he's good. He's not going to rely on that 5% to put him over the edge at all. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Like, that's essentially. Now, I don't really like the black and gold as much as I like the integrated uniform. That's what this is called, the integrated uniform. So I like this one better. So let's take a look at it with the skills here, because he's had quite a bit of skill changes inside here. Now, I've seen some of the skills inside the what you call it. I'm not so sure how I'm feeling about this, so let's take these out. You know what I want to do? I'm going to turn, okay, my SFX animation is on. I thought I had it off. So let's take a look at these skills. So we'll run to Spider-Man's one skill. Oh, I like it. I like it. I like it. I like the visual on that. I wish you could turn this camera to the side, but that visual is pretty cool. That visual is really cool, and that's really fast too. And if you notice his iframe that he has at the very, well, actually it looks like it kicks in like just a second after, but then he pretty much has the iframe throughout. Yeah, pretty much is like trying to see if it breaks. Doesn't look like it breaks, but that's a pretty cool skill. Like, it actually looks really good. And then we go into his 2 skill. Oh wow, that's cool. That was really cool. It literally reminds me of Thor when he had in his new hammer swing. Why it applies shock damage, I would love to know, but it's a cool looking skill in my opinion. Nice damage on it too. So now the shock damage isn't going to be one for one at all. Like the shock damage is it's like bleed damage. It's terrible, right? So then we go his third skill. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, so I'm going to be honest with you guys. One of the reasons why I love the integrated suit even more than I probably would most suits, and one of the reasons why it's my favorite, is because Michael Turner, not sure if anybody is familiar with Michael Turner's work, but Michael Turner was one of the people who originally drew the Iron Spider suit. And I have this comic signed by him. He passed away a few years ago, unfortunately. Really sucks. But this was the Iron Spider suit inside the comic books that he did, and I absolutely loved when he did that comic. And you can see right there Michael Turner's name. He did a lot of color variant comics for Marvel at the time. Yeah, man, I love the Michael Turner's work that he did in comics, and Aspen Comics as well, which was his own publication. Just absolutely sick. So I actually love the integrated suit and the fact that they keep the four additional arms inside here. But anyways, yeah, back onto good notes. So this third skill actually looks pretty cool. I like it. You notice that he has really low cooldowns too on these skills. 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 4 seconds. These are really nice low cooldown, so you're going to be able to run through his skills pretty easy. His fourth skill right here, he's supposed to be summoning some robots, and then he goes invisible. Doesn't really look like he went invisible very well. Let me see this again. But look how long they stay cocooned. It's a nice cocoon effect. So let's see if we can do that again. His third skill. Okay, there it goes. So he gets invincibility when he does a skill. That's a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So about 5 seconds inside there. Boom, goes invincible. You see the iframes are there for him too, so this is pretty cool. And his webbing ignores immunity now. That is bar none the best thing. It ignores immunity, which is good. So let me get his fifth skill. And the fifth skill is really cool. Wow, that is cool, because look, the fifth skill, he actually moves now, so you can use the V-pad to actually control this skill. Let's see when he gets the iframe and when he loses the iframe. So going into it, fifth as the beginning of the attack, he gets the buff, and then we go. We'll probably end up canceling out of that, which is sad, because it's kind of like Makari, where she has like some beautiful ass skills, but then they kind of like, you cancel out of them the large majority of the time. I love the new icon here for his integrated suit, for his T3. Let's take a look at this one. Oh, that is dope. That is dope. That is dope as hell. We got to see that one again. It looks like they like, so we get Toby, we get Toby, we get Andrew Garfield Spider-Man with the two different looks, and then we get a very Star-Lord-esque T3 animation, you know, when he summons the Milano and he's dancing. That's just sick as heck. Oh man, Spider-Man. Yeah, I'm gonna have fun with these suits. I promise to give you guys some content for this really soon. That looks so sick. I'm gonna be honest with you, this just looks sick. All right, let's get into this T3 animation. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's cool. That's cool as hell. Did you see how many hits was on that damn thing? So now I want to turn off the SFX because I want to see that skill without the animations, basically. So that's what I want to see. I want to see it with, because when you turn off SFX, we'll probably lose out on seeing the dance moves and stuff like that, which kind of sucks, because, you know, the team does such a great job with those skills and everything inside the game, and then you get these SFX animations too. Marvel Future Revolution can learn from this, especially with characters like Doctor Strange, where we turn off SFX so that way, you know, we can speed through the skills. Let's see how it looks without. So we get the outside look. We still get the so you can still see the dance going on. It looks like there's a portal through there. Oh man, this is dope. I like that skill. I like those. So that's Spider-Man. I don't believe that anything changes with his synergy uniform. We can take a look at it real quick to see what the skills look like in his black, but realistically there wasn't any skill changes inside his skill. Oh, wait a minute. So that skill's the same. You notice down here it's a different skill. 2, still the same. 3 is still the same, but then we go into 4, and this is a completely different skill. Oh wow. Okay, so it's like he's trying to do the spell on his 4th skill and something goes wrong. So they actually took some time to differentiate the uniforms. That's cool. Let's put these SFX animations back on. I want to see what the 4th skill looks like. And that 4th skill actually has some decent damage on it. Okay, so there's no SFX on that skill realistically. It just is what it is. Okay. Then he still has the V-pad, and that's actually pretty cool. And then we get the 5th skill, his tier 3 in his black and gold uniform. So this is going to be interesting to see how these 2 skills differentiate on the characters overall, because they're really good skills. But like I said, I think my desire is going to be to use the integrated uniform on those, just because I have a feeling that that's going to be what I want. So we can see what the uniform options is on this as well. I'll show you guys because it's pretty easy. I already have like I said, these are free to play friendly characters in terms of Black Cat, so let's upgrade that. So the first one we can see is the Rogue Excalibur uniform. Yeah, let's take a look at this one. So we can see uniform option, it's Rogue Excalibur. This is not a bad uniform. It's kind of a little sad to see it because Rogue's not that, she's kind of like in tier power, she's just not up there. But overall, what the hell did I just do? Overall, I have to say it's not a bad uniform. It's not a bad uniform option, especially because you're basically using, you know, M-Cron shards to level up your uniform and stuff like that. And it's a recent and relevant uniform in terms of that character. Let's get ahead and max out some more. We got some. There we go. I'm just using XP chips to, like, if I'm being honest with you, like, not caring. So we got the Black Panther 3099 uniform inside here. This is Black Panther's most recent uniform inside here. So let's take a look at this one, the uniform option. I think I actually have that one maxed out. It's his most recent uniform. Probably not his best uniform, but I will say that it is his best looking uniform well, it's actually his best uniform, and it's a fucking solid looking uniform, and I believe it's free as well. So go ahead and go grab that one. And then let's go back over here. Let's continue leveling this up. Like, I'm using way too many XP chips just because I'm trying to get through the video. I feel stupid about doing it. So then, oh my god, did they really do that? Oh my god. So on his 3rd option, this doesn't look so great. His 3rd option is going to be Dormammu Damnation. That is Dormammu's best uniform, but yeah, that is a native tier 2 character. Holy shit. Like, that's a bad uniform option, if I'm being perfectly honest. That's a terrible. So what I mean by this is, like, I can decrease some of this so that way I don't use as many uniform XP ticks. You'll get an idea of how many XP tickets I was just wasting right now in order to do this, because now I can use this and it'll probably give me the bonus from leveling this up. I can be pretty wasteful with that stuff. So then we got Kamala Khan Attilan Rising. This is not a bad uniform option, but Kamala Khan, I mean, it's going to be her best uniform that you have from there, but overall probably not what you want. And then okay, so we get Blue Marvel, the classic uniform inside here. Man, my only complaint about the Blue Marvel uniform being there is that Blue Marvel bios are really hard to acquire, because he is an exclusive character from the Ultimates. So you basically have to get him from the shop, which means even though he's a even though he's available there and he's like that, he's not a native T2 character, it's going to be a bit of a pain in the ass to level up his uniform and get those. So that does kind of suck. Share that with my alliance. And so those are the uniform options for the Spider-Man suit inside here. Like, man, I don't know. I feel some kind of way about those uniform options with those characters. So you got Rogue, Excalibur, Black Panther 3099, Dormammu Damnation, Ms. Marvel, Inhumans Attilan Rising, and then Blue Marvel, the classic uniform. Now I have all those uniforms, but Jesus Christ, those are hard to, like, I would say that the Blue Marvel and the Dormammu are, they're pretty tough pills to swallow in terms of this. Now, basically, remember I showed you guys this, is that basically changing, one of the new features that they've added inside the game is that you can auto change the uniform. I just wanted to be able to show you guys this. So essentially, coming over here now, you can select your options for what you want to change, and then you can see it. Basically, you'll use that 50,000 gold in order to auto change those options through. Now, obviously now they're gonna make it easy for you to get those. So this is pretty decent in terms of getting those changes, because they're going to matter to you overall, and it eases out the process. It's just a UI change, you know, overall, but it looks good. You know what I mean? It's like one of those good things inside there. Now, remember that what you want to be mirroring up inside here is your detail stats. Like, I am 90% over dodge rate inside here, so I don't need dodge rate at all. Like, that is not something that I need. So I'll probably try to re-roll this and gear up the video in another one to show you guys that. But those are two of the uniforms. And then if you pay attention to the uniform here, you'll notice that his integrated uniform has also reached mythic level, and the uniform options are exactly the same. You know what I mean? So they're not any different at all. Next up, we have Black Cat, right? So Black Cat has her uniform inside here, Winter Criminal. I don't own the uniform inside here. That sucks, right? Because she's sitting here, and what I want to see is the change skills. So let's go to preview. So we're gonna have to acquire this character basically through, like I said, we're gonna have to acquire her through the we're gonna have to acquire her through purchases inside the shop. That's essentially how you're gonna get the character. So let's preview some of these skills. It's kind of sucks. It's a good looking uniform in my opinion. Probably not the look that I would want Black Cat, and the sad part is that we're missing out on that awakening skill or that T3 skill. Now that could change in the mid-month, you know, or whatever they decide to do, so it can change at any point in given time. But at this point, she's going to be mostly a World Boss Ultimate kind of character, who's a support character inside there. First skill, pretty. I like it. It's quick too, man. That's really quick. Second skill, she looks like she had, okay, it's definitely pretty skills, way better looking than did that just happen? Yeah, she did. Like, it almost looked like she summoned in gemstones, but I think those are supposed to be Christmas lights. I think those are supposed to be Christmas lights falling, or they could just be gems. She is a thief. So then we go her fourth skill. She just, damn, this is quick. Wow, holy shit. Do that again. Wow, that looks good. And then we got her fifth skill. She summoned a goddamn Christmas tree that blew up. So that's Black Cat, right? So now remember, the only way that you're going to be able to acquire this uniform from the shop is basically to make purchases. So if you're not of that ilk, then, you know, it is what it is. You're not going to get that uniform. I will tell you right now, there has been plenty of players who've been pissed off because they didn't get one of the winter holiday uniforms that went on sale and then had to wait. Like, you know, same thing for the summer uniforms. They do one for the winter, they do one for the summer, and there's been plenty of players who are like, pissed off that they didn't get those uniforms, especially after seeing the strength of those uniforms. So it is what it is. Make sure that you jump in there, right? So overall, we got 4 uniforms, right? Kingpin for his tier 3 skills. The next thing that they had is the dispatch missions that basically got added. You can see sector 11 right here and sector 12 inside here. Now I'm not exactly sure why they're locked to me. Oh, probably because I haven't really completed all of the steps inside here, so I'll probably end up having to complete more of these inside here. Okay, then no problem on that one. So sector 11, sector 12, I'll probably bring that to you guys at some point, and me completing those. I definitely probably have the characters to complete those now. But sector 11 and sector 12 is basically added. Dimension rifts now. So where are we at with these? So now the dimension rifts that were inside here. You actually have the auto repeat and autoplay plus feature for improvements. Like I said, one of the bad things that I find about this is that it largely is centered around the artifact system, and to be perfectly honest with you, I'm not really amped about playing with the artifact system. It can be of use, but you know, I'm really not that interested in it. That's the main thing. So autoplay plus and convenience features are there for team settings. There also are new artifacts inside the game, so let's go back here and take a look at those. We can go to the artifact system here for the dimension chest, and let's see if we can take a look at some of the artifacts available here. So you can see the available artifacts that were added are Spider-Man, Kingpin, and Black Cat. So we want to see them at level 6, so you can see this. Oh man, it's not gonna let me see it. Okay, maybe if I click this one right here, so you can see the passive on here. Basically we're gonna 20% chance to dodge all attacks, which is going to be great for Spider-Man no matter what. And then you can see the difference inside those stats. Kingpin is basically getting his increase all basic attacks by 15%, and then Black Cat is getting Gray Morality, which is increasing basic damage dealt to supervillain faction and superhero faction by 10%, and increases basic damage dealt to bosses by 20%. This is the reason why I say it's kind of bad that Black Cat doesn't have an awakening, because this means she's going to be a really good support character. Essentially what you're looking at is a character like White Fox, who is going to be quintessential to characters. You throw an insight on this bad baby and she is going to be boosting the hell out of your villains in play. So she's going to be a sought after character, and that uniform is going to be sought after simply because of that. That's the truth of the matter. Whether you like that she doesn't have the awakening yet or not, she is going to have benefit overall, especially when she does get awakening. And it's a pretty damn good looking uniform, if I have to say. Not the best of uniforms, but it's a good looking uniform. We also have the new Future Pass seasons inside here. So, you know, played out that to your heart content, get some things done inside here, and you can acquire, if you choose to upgrade the they've actually got 2 new icons inside here that I'm like, ooh wee. And the one I'm really looking for is the Psionic Assassin. So that one actually looks pretty good inside there. Now there was some other fixes and things like that overall in the game, but that's essentially the update. That's essentially it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you're looking forward to content, because I can definitely bring content for these characters pretty goddamn easy. I don't have any intent on leveling up Kingpin, and most of the content is going to revolve around Black Cat being used as a support character. So I can't tell you what to do with his T3 or not, but I can tell you right now, nothing about him is saying that he's a must-have meta-breaking character inside the game. I could be completely wrong, but Spider-Man, we will run some tests with him, because I'm definitely looking forward to see how he performs against Null in the World Boss Legends. So, all right, guys, it's been a pretty long video, so pump out on that one. Until next time, peace.